Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters. Good evening. Welcome to Encounters, everybody. I'm CmdrAleon, your host of the show, on with you nightly here at 11 o'clock. It's 11:03. Again, Jan to see you, Gary Haas, everybody else. And hey, good to see you, 994, Kerry Galloway, everybody. I posted a video of a picture, and maybe not everybody has seen it. Birds in Flight, good to see you. So I am going to, in a little bit, I'm going to change the background, and you're going to see a picture, because I don't assume everybody's seen the picture yet. But you will see the picture. And good evening, Michael, White Orchard Annie, J&M. And you know, we went to see Ancient Aliens live in New York the weekend before this weekend. The weekend before this one. Hey, Jordan, good to see you, Ozzy. And we got to speak with Giorgio, who's the producer of Ancient Aliens, and Nick Pope, and all those guys. Matter of fact, it was Nick Pope, Jason Martell, and William Henry. They were all in the group, the panel that was on Ancient Aliens Live when we were in New York State. So at the end of the thing, after all the, the ones that were there to get pictures, we got to talk to them, and then we took a picture. I knew Nick Pope. I've never met Giorgio or William Henry or Jason Martell. That it was good. I asked them some questions privately after the thing was over, and there was nobody there. It was just me, the cameraman, the picture taker, and the producers and everything. And we talked for a few minutes before they had to go on to their next tour. And so I told them if they ever are on TikTok that I would invite them from Ancient Aliens to be on my show and do an interview with us. So I left that open. At the end, I thanked them for what they do, and I told them, if they ever do want to be interviewed on here, now they know who I am, and I know who they are. Obviously, they know who I am. We're doing pretty good, and so I'm going to show you a picture in a little bit that is very important, because I try to document everything that I do, including this thing. I told you for a long time when my cousin got the tickets that I was going to get in for media. I was really the only media person there. When I think about it, I was the only media person there in the UFO field with a show that was there to talk to them after the whole thing was over. Now that I think about it. Oh, we had a great day. Mike Mess, it's good to see you. Jay Marks, everybody, thanks for the share. And we thankfully, the bat, we had this bat. I talked about the bat. I took the bat to a veterinarian hospital that I know of in town, really good people, and the bat was alive the next morning. The bat was in a little box with little pinholes. I gave the bat some water, and the bat is doing well. Hey, Hetty, the little bat was so cute, and I have to thank my daughter. She put the bat in a safe place, and then we put it in overnight. We had it inside the house in a little box with little holes in it and some water, and it was, I was so happy to see the woman at the veterinarian hospital take the bat, and she was very familiar with bats. So yeah, it was very, very good. Just wanted to let you know that for those who heard my bat story last night, the bat is alive and in good hands and being helped. That's the way it should be, right? Star, thank you for the roses. Susan Mary, thank you for the heart. We appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really happy about the bat. I was going nuts yesterday when the bat was there. I was going nuts trying to figure out who to call to help the bat, and everybody was closed for Easter. So everybody I knew told me, oh, get this hospital, this veterinarian hospital. I said, they're all closed. How am I going to contact them? Yeah, definitely, Hetty. That's what it's supposed to do, right? Our light work is not just to, help raise human consciousness, but if a little bat is hurt, we have to help it. And I take it to heart when I do stuff like this. That's another part of our light work, helping a little. And I have to say, my daughter's a light worker. She took that rabbit and was wearing gloves and got it into a little towel, and then we put it in a little box later on before it got really dark out, to the point where it was a little bit colder up in New England. So, hey, yeah, we're going to show that picture here. People here are going to get to see that picture. And we wanted FYP the picture because it just, all I'm doing with that picture is stating that I'm at that level of consciousness where I have no fear of talking to people on TV, like Giorgio and all those people. And we had a few questions that I asked them. I told them that they are doing a great job presenting the ancient alien history of our planet, about the stars, about the ancient things from the Anunnaki to whatever. They are certainly bringing that to light for so many years. And Teresa says, I spent a month helping baby raccoons to get out of the dumpster they couldn't get out. Oh, hey, Teresa, see, that's what light work is about, helping the little guys, like those little animals, you know? That's really a really important thing. Starlight, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Wow. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yeah, you know, and I'm going to work on trying to get those guys on TikTok. I'm going to try to get Nick Pope and try to get those guys to get a TikTok thing going and come on the show. Help the helpless, Leslie, right. Dottie, welcome to the show. Welcome everybody coming in. Brian D, welcome. Lynn, I think Lyle, 2346, Wendy and Lyle, welcome. Star, thank you for the volts. Marinee, welcome to be here. I mean, hey, Marinee. Cleo, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And everyone coming in here. We appreciate your support for what we do here. And Jim Cox, welcome. If I don't see your names, Flagger, good to have you with us. Hey, Green Eyes, good to see you. So we're going to show you a picture. For anyone who didn't believe that I actually had a conversation with Giorgio from Ancient Aliens, I document everything I do here. So welcome. You were in my dreams, Commander Jojo. Thank you for that. Autumn 9385, welcome. Ronnie, welcome. And you know what? We have apple cider. So we are, we have water too, but I got a big glass of apple cider. You know, the day that I go on the ship, the day I get taken on the spaceship with the Astar Command, I'm going to bring a big gallon of apple cider on board the spaceship. That's going to be my gift to my family. One big gallon of apple cider. I think they'll like it. Hey, King Cody, good to see you. King Cody says, time is counting down. Look up. Hey, King Cody, everybody should be looking up, man. They really should. More people need to look up. Star, thank you for the gifts. Hope in the box. Hey, good to see you. Hope in the box. Did you get more apple cider? Yes, I got a half a gallon, Jordan. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, thanks for the dolphin, Carrie. So I'm going to show you the picture. All I have to do is change the setting here. Let me just change this here for all of you. And I'm going to move my head out of the way when I do this so you can see this. We're going to change the effects. And let me see, where could it possibly be? Let me see, where could that picture be? I'm going to move my head out of the way. Okay. And again, this is only, I wasn't able to get all of them in the picture here. They're all actually in the picture. But here's Giorgio, myself, and William Henry on the other side. And then on the other side of Giorgio is Jason Martell. On this side of William Henry is Nick Pope. So I'm going to show you another picture. Give me a second. I'll show you another picture. I figured you might like this here. So I'm sharing the picture. Thank you very much, Stargazer. You know, this is how we bust the Matrix. Let me tell you, this is how the commander busts the Matrix. I'm always guided to do what I need to do. For years, I wanted to get to talk to Giorgio, and what better way than my cousins got tickets, and they bought the tickets for the show. Then I went up after the show to the person in charge, who was the producer, yelling down below the first level from the second level of the theater. He looks up, and I say, "I'm with the media. I'm with Encounters. I'm here to talk to Giorgio and the crew of that do the show." So he says, "Go see a staff member." The staff member walks over to the other door where they're letting people in. I purposely waited until the last person was done doing their thing. And then I said, "I'm with the media. I'm here with Encounters on TikTok, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show." And before we had our pictures taken, we were talking for a little bit. And I was asking them about, the stuff about contact and everything. And, showing how much I love what they've been doing for years. And I do. They do a fantastic job. And I invited them. I said, "I'm on TikTok. You have to go on TikTok, though. And I'd like to interview any one of you or Giorgio. You're welcome on my show. I know you're busy traveling all the ancient sites, but I invited them to come on our show sometime. And I'll be in touch. I'll be pushing on that. I'll be working on that, folks. It might take time because they're really busy with their touring and doing these documentaries on their series Ancient Aliens. But they know who I am. They know who Aleon is from Encounters, and that is something I'm working on. I'm going to take it easy and work on it. So I want you to see the picture. I'm going to show you in a minute the full picture. I'm going to show the full picture of everyone. Yes, thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Raji. I appreciated that. That's why I posted it on my. I FYP'd it earlier tonight. I put it on here earlier, and hopefully you'll get some traction and people start looking at things here. Let me see. So let me go to pictures here, and we're going to show you a full picture. Do I have it here? No, it's not here. Why is that not happening? The funny thing is I do have a picture. This is, I think I'll show you this picture here. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can do this here. Here's a full, well, let me take this off of here first. Here's a full picture. Well, let me turn the light out. Where's the picture? Hold on a minute. That was not good. Okay, I guess I ran out of power. I can't believe it. We're going to have to... Well, I can't show the picture on there. Let me go backwards here. So I can't... but anyway, you're watching Encounters. Yeah, I'm trying to unblock him. I can't seem to find him. I was trying to find him earlier. I'm going to charge my other thing out, my iPad, and I'll try. I tried to unblock him last night. We'll get him unblocked. I have to figure out if I can find. I tried to find his name last night, and I couldn't find it. And usually, if they're blocked, I can unblock them. So I will. I'll figure it out. Tricky Dick D. Russ, good to see you. Hey Mig, welcome. Good to see you, Chino Q68 Senior, Anna. And for those that have not seen this picture, this is me the Friday before last in Kingston, New York at the Ulster Theater with the crew of Ancient Aliens. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be bringing a new dynamic to Ancient Aliens. I'm going to be talking about modern aliens. No, not really. My goal is to possibly, maybe the command is working on this. Maybe I'm not doing anything. Maybe the Ashtar Command is slowly getting me to get into the History Channel, and maybe Encounters can go on History Channel live. Wouldn't that be interesting? Can you see that? Could you see CmdrAleon on the History Channel with Encounters? I could. I'd be sitting there watching. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be sitting there watching. But I would be there. If I got on the History Channel, I could do a show, Modern Aliens, or call it Encounters. I could get on there and go places where nobody's gone before. I could make it a show where we go out into the desert areas and meet space people. Wouldn't that be interesting? So instead of dealing with the ancient sites, I'd be going there to make meetings with space people. I would do that in a second. Oh, TikTok has been freeing up a lot. I'm hoping I hope they come back with telling people we're live. They stopped doing that. They were used to tell people every so often on a 2-hour show that, oh, we're inviting people to your live. I don't see it much anymore. I don't see it anymore at all, actually, but hopefully it's coming back. And it's 11:19. At that point, I would have about 300 people on here. Yeah. So I'm still getting used to the notes about TikTok with all the new things they're changing and doing. So hopefully some of the changes are to benefit our viewership. Thank you, Hetty, for sharing the live from Ancient Aliens to current star CDTs. That's right. I wouldn't sign any contracts unless I have my independence. I would still want to do my show here on here. And, who knows if that'll ever happen. But at least the producers who produce Ancient Aliens know that the Commander now exists. Now the people on the History Channel know about me. Just through Giorgio and all those people. And Nick Pope knows me. As soon as I came into the room, Nick Pope says, I know you. He says, I know you. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's good to be here. It's a good night. The chimes are doing their thing. Hey, Ray, welcome. So you can tell I had an awesome time meeting and talking to them. Real deal steel. It will be an authoritarian rule. No, absolutely no. No authoritarian rule. Hey, Real Steel. None of that going on, brother. Thank you. If you want my autograph, no, I'm just kidding you. Yeah, we're going big time, folks. We're going big time. And Giorgio, the producer, on one side of you, with the beard and the dark hair, we had a good conversation. Giorgio's great. Giorgio is the most down-to-earth person you'll ever meet. Really. I mean, they're really dedicated to what they're doing on that show. Totally dedicated. Thank you for the roses, Julian Hayes. Hey, Julian Hayes, 33. Oh, Days said Julian Hayes. He is so different. I watch Ancient Aliens a lot. Yeah, it's one of the few shows that still is on there that's worth watching. I've learned a lot on that show. Is it a crystal on the necklace? It's not my neck. It's this thing right here. This is what I was wearing when they took the picture. This is an energy device. This is an energy device. I was wearing it at there. Yeah. Yep. And we'll see who comes in tonight. It's early yet. We're here till 1. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, this thing is operating in a very high. This thing is operating in a frequency higher than 5D. This thing is really high frequency. You can see it right here. Yeah. Yeah. And we're in a good position, folks. We're in a really good position. I think a lot of people are getting educated on the subject just through watching things like Ancient Aliens. I think that show is busted wide open for many years. People interested in the subject, learning about the history of our planet and the fact that we've been visited by space beings for billions of years, not thousands of years, billions of years. Could you understand all the things we were taught in school about anything related to scientific studies of off-planet extraterrestrial activity. The fact is, yeah, and hope they do. They walk among us. Hey, frequencies, everything. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's really important to understand. As I was thinking about this, talking to them at Ancient Aliens after the show, after the live, it's very apparent that we're learning more and more about our planet through the pyramids, the things under the pyramids, the things in our oceans. And, and we always talk about the stuff coming from space, and there are space people coming from space. But do you understand that our planet, being billions of years old, has had visitations and space people living here, coming here, going, like for millions of years, billions of years, not even millions of years, billions of years on planet Earth. Just think. Yeah, the crystal skulls, those are real ancient. And those were put here by the space people. Those actually, as I understand it, when they were together, all the skulls were in a room, they were used at a specific frequency, and they did things. And they were brought here by the star people. Good frequency. Hopefully the journey has been successful and enlightening. I hope it's been really good for you as well. Hey, Timmy, thank you. Are there any star people that are native to Earth? The ones that live in the oceans, I think, are. It's a great question, Jordan. The space people that live in the oceans, I think some of them are. I think some of them are native. Understand, I think our planet was way more advanced before our current civilization here. We went to the lowest level of consciousness in the current Earth society, and now we're going to go back into a very high frequency of consciousness, which will allow us to be participating with our space family. Thank you, Rita Lynn. And this is Giorgio, the producer and host of Ancient Aliens. This is me. And we had we really had a down-to-earth conversation, and we all liked each other. It was just a nice kind of kumbaya kind of moment. Definitely. Alex, welcome. Hey, everybody. What is the majestic of the number 3, 6, and 9? Clayton, that's a good question. I'm probably the last person to know the answer to it. As much as I know a lot, that's one of the few things that I'm not really tuned into. Oh, you forgot, Jack says, forgot 7. Joe, welcome, Joe. And I'm just showing our picture that we got. Do you think there was a nuclear war on Earth as presented in... I think there was. I think there was some sort of a nuclear war. I think it was limited to a specific area. You're welcome, Clayton. I think it was limited to a specific area of the planet. I don't think it was the whole planet, but I think this planet, being billions of years old, there were definitely galactic battles around Earth, on Earth, that happened way before our lifetime. Tukia, hello there, Tukia. Good to see you. Can you give examples of where to get energy crystal necklaces that aren't fake? Find a good light worker shop, Teresa. Search in your state a good place that has like a light worker shop that sells real crystals. Make sure you find a good light worker shop. Yeah, and Frequency of Everything says she makes them, or they make them. And, I got my own wire, and I'm using some of these. I got to be careful. Apotholite, because apotholite will take you right out. If you were apotholite and you're driving, you're going to be going off planet in 2 seconds. Apotholite is a really good crystal. It's small. Let me show you what an apotholite looks like. Do I have one here? There's an apotholite. I have so much stuff here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Here's an apotholite. You can't really see it. This is apotholite. It comes from India. Apotholite. Apophyllite is a really, really powerful crystal. So if you wear it as a necklace and you're driving, be aware that this crystal is so high in cosmic energy, it'll take you right out. They come from India. This is the biggest they get. This is as big as an apophyllite gets. So that's an apophyllite crystal. It will take you off planet. That's why I don't wear apophyllite. I wore apophyllite once, and I realized if I did that and I was driving somewhere, I would have to pull off the road. Ah, good. Yeah, Mike says, yeah, he does get into that. There's a few people on here, and that like to do stuff with their crystals and make them. I'm getting into doing certain necklaces, not for sale. I'm just trying to make some things I can wear that are high powerful crystals. If I'm doing workshops, I'll wear them at the workshop, but I'll have to take them off when I'm driving because they're just, the crystals I have here are just way too powerful, galactically speaking, and I wouldn't want to be driving wearing some of them. Hey, Star. So yeah. But if you really want to get good crystals in wherever you are, whatever region you're in, I would highly suggest when the big shows happen, like out west, they have the West Coast Gem and Mineral Show, the Midwest Gem and Mineral Show. Down south, they have one, and these are regional shows. And then in New England, we have the East Coast Gem and Mineral Show. And that's where I get all my crystals. And I do go to certain crystal shops that are really good in Connecticut, that are really, this one called Himalayan Crystals, she has some beautiful stuff. And I met her about a month ago. We went to her shop. So yeah, you can find them. You just have to know where you're getting them from. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I'm crystal crazy. I mean, we have so many crystals here, and it never ever stops. When we go to the shows, thank God we only go to the shows once a year. That's when I go nuts for crystals. That's when I've been guided by the Astro Command to look at crystals. There'll be a crystal that'll be there. I pick it up, and it has like images in it, or it has something that's off planet in it, and I end up buying it. Yeah, I have Liberian desert glass. Yeah, I have some of that. Matter of fact, I have it right here. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. I do have it. Is it behind me? Hold on a second here. Yeah. Hold on. Let me. I'm going to show you that. I've got it right here. Hold on. Let me plug this thing back in. Thank you for the gifts. Here's right here. This is looks like a spaceship almost. Let's see here. Where I buy my apophyllite, I buy it. We have a shop here in our community called Hidden Gem. They sell apophyllite. I know all the shops here, so I know which ones sell real apophyllite. Brett, I've got here's what is a Libyan desert glass. This is a Libyan desert piece. This is Libyan desert glass. I got this recently here. This is Libyan desert glass as it disappears right here. Libyan desert glass. They're not very big. This is a big piece. Yeah. We'll put that down over here. So yeah, and so when you're doing a lot of this kind of work, and when you're doing a talk show like this, my whole back of my area here is filled with higher vibrational frequencies crystals. I have all kinds of starseed crystals. I've got Lemurian crystals that are huge. I've got amethyst cathedrals here. I have everything in this room higher vibrational. And hey, Starlight, thank you. Star, thank you. And that, so you always want to have a clear room. And I would say if you're doing the light work, if you're interested in the subject of contact and UFOs, make sure you create a space for yourself with very high frequency. Because the reason why I have this like this, and I said it the other night, do I think gold holds good vibrations? I don't know the answer to that. I've never dealt with gold before as an actual thing. I couldn't tell you. Maybe raw gold might, but yeah, I really couldn't tell you about gold. But I do know that everything's set up in my what I call my meditation area studio behind me, so that when the space people, the good ones that are part of my family, come here and come through the wall, they'll be able to hang out in this room. They'll be able to sit down, relax, see all these crystals, and it's really meant for up vibrating the whole room. I mean, this energy in here goes through the whole house, so all the energy of these crystals vibrate all over the house. Well, in all our rooms, we have crystals. My daughter has tons of crystals, high vibrational. We have some in our bedroom, and we have the most crystals here. Our other room has crystals in it. Um, who do you speak with? Syrian 611, very interesting question. Um, Ashley Bashley, good to see you. Oh God, what is the crystal you have? I got so many, Ashley Bashley. I'll show you like one of the other crystals here. Where is it here? I mean, I have so many crystals. Where to start? This one here, check this out. All my crystals are very high frequency right here. I know people always ask me where I get my crystals from. I go to the big shows every year. I know there's somebody in queue. We're going to bring him up. Put it up this way here. You can see. Very, very high energy. All right, I'll put that one down. I'm going to see who's on here. Bazella says, I have crystals all over my house. Teresa says, what are your thoughts on the Himalayan lights? Is there anything they do, or is it just decor? You were talking about the salt lamps, the Himalayan salt lamps. I have the Himalayan salt lamps. They provide good energy. I got over here. I got Himalayan salt lamps. I got two that you're not seeing. One looks like a planet. It's big, and I have another one that's really big. That looks really cool. Let's see here. I can't believe it's only 185 in the room, and it's 11:35 at night. You would think there'd be more people in here. Game Vet. Game Vet, we tried to bring on tonight. We'll be able to talk to Game Vet. I hope. We'll see what happens. Hey, Game Vet, how you doing, brother?
Good. Sorry, I had complications calling you the other night. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, I have a feeling there was some intergalactic interference.
Yeah, something. Listen, I wanted to tell you, and I never got around to it, but I did receive a visit a couple months ago, and maybe you can make sense of it. I don't know. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I work overnights. I sleep during the day, and this girl woke me up when I was in bed, and I woke up to I felt crawling at the foot of the bed up to my waist, and I was
Oh
laying
my
on my
God.
left side. I was laying on my left side, and I opened up my eyes, I looked at the time, and I thought, my wife came home early or something. So I rolled on my back, and it was not my wife. And all of a sudden, I got direct communication telepathically. She started asking me a billion questions like rapid fire.
Oh wow.
She said, who's the young girl? Who's the old girl? Where do they go during the day? Why do you stay at home during the day? Where do you go at night? Why are they home at night? And this and that. And she was referring to the old girl and the young girl being my wife and daughter.
Daughter.
And it's like she knew everything, where I went, what times I was gone, what times I was home, this and that. But she had, here, hang on, let me turn on my camera. Um, she
Oh, there he is.
she
Hey,
knew
Game. Good to see you,
exactly.
brother.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, you too. So she knew exactly what times they left, what times they were home, what time I left, what time I was home. But she had no idea like what work was. She had no idea what school was. Because
Hmm.
she asked me, when you get home, you leave right away in the morning. Where do you go and take the young girl? And I'm like,
Hmm.
school, you know? So then I'm like, then she started asking me more questions about my daughter. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. Then I thought, I recently heard if you're in a deep sleep dream, you can't
Hmm.
use your hands, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, let's try this out. I put my hand on her leg. I felt her jeans. I felt her muscles in her legs. And I said,
Really?
I thought, I thought, I looked at her dead in the eyes and I said, who are you and how did you get in here? And as soon as I said that, bam, I was knocked out. I blacked out for an hour and I woke up to my alarm going off at 4. So that's the time I
Really?
normally get up. Yeah. And then
Wow.
it's not only that, it was a couple days later, I went to do some laundry. So I picked up some laundry, threw it in the basket, and I realized that there was two items of clothing that didn't look familiar. It was women's garments or whatever, and I'm like,
Hmm.
well, maybe it was my niece's because she stayed the weekend prior, right?
Yeah.
So I washed them up. I put the garments in my wife's drawer for her to find to give back to my niece. Turns out, the wife found the garments. They weren't my niece's. They weren't my wife's. They weren't any one of her family members'
Nobody.
garments. Nobody. So she's like, so whose is this? I'm like, I don't know whose it is because,
Right. How would you know?
she was blaming me for cheating and this and that. And I'm like,
Oh
no.
boy.
And then she says, well, where'd they come from? I don't know. She says, well, they don't just magically appear. I'm like, apparently they do, But
Evidently they do
it's
appear, and I have nothing to do with it.
right, exactly. So then that went by. So then now I'm getting, you had that guest on that has the light flashing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the
Yes.
Okay, so I have that same phenomenon going on. It's this light right here. And if the light doesn't flash, I set up a laser. And
Hmm.
the laser will flash or dim down and turn up.
So the light over there. Can you show us the light you're talking about?
Yeah, here.
So the
It's
light
this.
over there. When does it
Yeah.
flash? Can you tell us when that happens?
It'll just tell me that something's here. It'll just flash. Like
Flash.
you could just say,
So
"Hey, are you here?" You know.
okay. So let me do a test here.
Here, let me
I'm pretty
switch to.
outrageous on this. Game Vet has been known he knows
Okay.
my show for a long time. I'm outrageous as a host. I will test things out. So I'm going to
Yeah.
say to the ET energies, do you know that he's on the show right now? And if you do, can you make the light blink? I don't know. I don't say this is going to work, but my energy level is focused on the light. I don't think it's going to happen, or if I just think it's going to happen, who knows? So let's see if the space beings that are in contact with you, can make that light blink right now or something. I'm
Okay.
not
So
saying it's
this
going to
is.
happen, folks.
It usually does. I just came down here. Normally, when I'm down here for 5 seconds, it usually flashes like to say hi, I'm here,
Yeah.
things like that.
So I'll tell you, I'm going to
That
leave it to you. I want you to say, can the space people that have the ability to control the light, the lamp, make the light blink? I'll let you do it.
all right. Um, Listen, my space brother and sisters, my space friends. I know you like talking to my friend Gabber on the phone. This is another one of my friends. He's being of light. He would like to say hi, and he would like to get a response from you. Can you say hi to him back by flashing the light?
Hmm.
Would you rather use the laser? But yeah, I sent you a video, or I sent you a couple videos
Yeah.
in your direct message that it shows the light flashing.
The thing I'm going
The
to have to
only
show it. I'm charging up my iPad right now.
Yeah, the
So you're
only the only way to turn this light on is by flipping the switch on the thing. Because there's
mhm,
a light switch right over here.
right.
I don't know if you can see
So
it,
if you were
but
to
these
switch
these
the
do nothing. These do nothing to switch that light off.
now, if you turn that light off, could they turn it on?
I don't think so because it's
Okay.
never turned
Yeah.
on with it off.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just leave that alone. Well, again, interesting. So let's talk about this woman again. So, folks who are just watching Encounters, my first interview for the night, my friend Game Vet, tell us what she looked like
Let me put this over
before.
here. She was
Yeah, kind of tell us what she
brunette.
brunette.
Yeah, she was a brunette girl. She was wearing like a white top. She had
Hmm.
on she had on like a checkered white and blue shirt on top of that was unbuttoned, and then blue jeans.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah, and then everything she had this. I'll sit right here by the thing. She had this smirk on her face, like it was kind of a half smile, like it
Hmm.
was like she knew exactly who I was, but I had
Hmm.
no clue who she was.
Did
But
she?
just the
How tall?
questions.
How tall
What's
was
that?
she? How tall was she? Do you
I
know?
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because she was like, she was sitting basically where my waist is.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10",
Uh.
so
Yeah. Well, your camera is got your camera towards the light and nothing. And we can't see you now. You're kind of like half out of the camera. Yeah. Here
there
we
you
go.
go.
So this woman intrigues me. Do
Oh,
you
it just
think?
flashed a little bit.
Wait a minute, it
The
just
light
flashed.
just,
Did I not see it?
yeah.
It
Can
just
you
flashed.
flash again? Yeah,
So this woman who was in your room, I believe she wore Earth-based clothing, but she was not from the planet.
right.
How could she get into your
No,
room if she was, you know, how could she just be in your room and you're there and then she appears there and her clothing is there? Um,
exactly.
yeah,
That's I have a friend of mine who does tarot cards, and they're not just store bought tarot cards. They're like the real
right.
deal. And I never told her the story of anything. I just said, I just asked her who was the girl that visited me, and then
Yeah,
she said that she was non-human. She was,
yeah,
she said she was an entity from somewhere else.
yeah. Well, she
So
was I can tell she was a very beautiful person looking wise. She visually was
yeah,
beautiful, correct? Yeah, she's a space
yeah, she
person.
had like
She,
she had like this tan skin, kind of like your
mm,
skin tone there.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then what
Hmm.
else was it? I'm trying to think.
Do you still have the clothing she left?
No, I had to get rid of it.
You had to get rid of the evidence?
Yeah,
Your
well, the
wife made you
wife,
get rid of the evidence. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well.
So
Actually, no, they don't
this
have it
wasn't the
anymore.
only, this wasn't the only thing either. Like um, I record since 2021. I've recorded UFOs. I've seen UFOs since '92.
Wow, it's a
2021, I
long time.
finally was able to. Yeah, so 2021, I was finally able to buy some new camera equipment, some infrared stuff, and I started recording this stuff because you can only tell so many people that, hey, I see this stuff all the time, and they're like, well, what's your evidence? And
Yeah.
I don't have any. Well, now I record it and I have it,
Right.
and like people are just wowed by it, and now it's like I have this going on, and I'm trying to figure out who's down here because like any time of the day I could come down here, turn this light on, and I'll start farting around with something or other down here, and all of a sudden the light will
Yeah.
flash, and I'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" And it'll interact, and then usually when I call Gabber, my friend Gabber, on the phone,
Yeah.
he'll say, "Hey, how you going over there?" And then the light will go nuts, and it'll start
Yeah.
flashing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And the
it's
light is, and
interacted with
again,
us,
so the light is the light. The light is strictly the light. The intelligence
right?
that is advanced is utilizing the controls of the light to communicate with you right now. That's
Yeah,
the way they're doing it. I think
yeah,
the brunette woman who appeared in your room out of nowhere, I think she's
mhm.
connected with the space people that are controlling the light.
I think so
I think
because I've
they're. I
said,
think this brunette woman. As I read your story, give me a second because I'm working. I can work in space consciousness right now. So I will
it's
tell you
starting to flash a little bit.
that woman is with the space people that are communicating and using your lighting techniques of that lamp. And I know that if they want to blink for a confirmation of a yes, they can.
Yeah,
See
it
that?
just
See what
flashed.
just happened?
Yep.
I want to send greetings from the Ashtar Command. I am a space being called Aleon. You might know me on your ship. I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm here on Earth mission. Do you know who I am? Blink if you do. If you know who I am, blink the lamp if you do know who I am specifically. I'm going to ask them
Would you
another
like to get to
question.
know him? Yeah, try again. Or go ahead.
Okay, let me ask. I want to thank you for visiting Game Vet. Can you be more communicative with him? And is he connected with your star family? Is he connected with your star family? Is there a connection? I'm asking questions to get them to communicate. Let me ask some more questions. Okay. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, wow, they're blinking
That's
like crazy. Did you see what just
yeah.
happened? I'm getting response from the blinking of the lamp. Everyone see this? That's not paranormal. Are
No,
you
it's you
space? Are
ask it.
you
You ask it if it's
right?
if you ask it if
I
it's paranormal, it won't. It'll say no. It'll
no,
flash twice.
no, it's not. Do you come from a faraway galaxy? Do you come from a faraway solar system? Do you come from another universe? I think that my voice is taking time for them to get the transmission. Um,
Maybe. Are you parked above the house in a spaceship?
I'm going to give her time to respond. Yeah, you're right. So we have to give them time to respond. I'm sorry. I'll take a little bit more time with my questions. Oh wow.
It just yeah. So that was two flashes for. Oh,
Oh
now it's just
wow.
going crazy. I'm not touching anything. The only, like I said, the only way to shut off this light is by flipping the switch on the thing
No, we're going to
itself.
do this thing. We're going to do this thing tonight. Folks, you're watching Encounters. I'm CmdrAleon. I'm from planet Mars originally. I'm here on mission Earth, and my parents are on a spaceship watching us through a monitoring screen. And I'm communicating with the space beings using his light downstairs, and they're answering questions. So we're doing this tonight. Um, have you been to my? Wow. Okay, I'm going to take it slow. My consciousness is so high up right now. I'm going rapid fire on my consciousness. Sorry about that. Um, do you know about the people that are living on Mars? I'll give it time to respond.
Do you hear that tone?
No, I have wind chimes outside.
Oh, okay.
I'm just giving you time to respond. My consciousness is
What I
going
could
crazy.
do, what I could do too, is set up the laser. They love the laser. They
Hmm.
dim down the laser, bring it back up. They shut it off, turn it on.
Hmm.
I think they'd rather use the laser than the light, personally.
Then the light, they like
But
the laser better, the space people.
yeah, let
Um,
me turn the laser on. Let me grab
okay,
that and
do
then
that.
see.
While you're doing that, I'm going to ask another question of the space people.
Sure.
And maybe I already asked this question. Are you connected? Are you familiar with my space family within the Ashtar Galactic Command? One for yes, two for no. I'm just going to, now I'm done. I'm going to just sit here and listen. I'm just going to sit here and wait. Was that one blank or two?
Flushed.
Flashed once,
It
right?
looked like it seemed like two. It seemed like
Two.
two.
Two meant one for yes, two for no. I don't think they know the Ashtar Command. Not all the space beings in the universe, I think, are connected to each other that way. Some of them are.
Yeah.
I'll ask a very specific question. Are you Christed beings of light? One for yes, two for no. I'll listen. I mean, I'll watch. Can't listen because I can't hear anything. I'm now amping up my consciousness to my space consciousness right now. I'm going into space consciousness within my Christ consciousness. So I'm just going to wait. I'll give them time. The consciousness travels in the universe, so when they get to receive the information from me that I just transmitted, I'll give them a chance to take their time to respond. We're still waiting, so we're going to wait to see what the response is to the question. I'm going to ask him very specifically, do you know of the space being known as Jesus Christ? Do you know of the space person called Jesus Christ? Now I'm going to listen. I keep saying listen. I'm actually going to look. Alpine says, yeah, he's communicating with us space people, and a woman who had a brunette hair was in his room. Who now, after listening to the story, um, I believe she's a tall woman. She's a space woman that was wearing Earth-based clothes. I don't know how I think she just appeared in his room. I think she was able to just
Yeah,
like
because I had I had the car parked in the garage. There's no way in the house at all unless they broke a window or
mhm.
broke a lock to come in.
Yeah, I don't think they
There's
did that.
nothing broken, nothing missing. You know,
So you want to use your laser?
I don't know how
Let's do the. You want to use your laser light, like you said. They like the laser, the space people. How do you use the laser with them? Communicating with them, they respond to the
I
laser.
don't know. They just start using it. I don't
They
know.
start using
I
it.
don't know how they do it. Did
Oh,
you want to
they.
use the laser instead of the lamp?
Well, let's try the laser. I want to do some experiments here.
Can you guys respond? Can you turn off the laser, turn it back on?
Yeah,
Now
well,
this laser
everyone
is set
focused
to
on the
be
laser. Let's
constantly
see.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Um,
laser's set to be constantly on. There's a piece of plastic holding the button down, so
mhm.
the only way to have it on is to keep holding
Yeah.
the button down. But for some reason or another, they can manipulate it to turn it off and turn
Yeah.
it on
So
again. I have video of
now
that.
I'm gonna say this. Being a space person, I'm just as old kidding around. I don't think they can turn that laser off. I don't think they can turn it off. And I'm not being skeptical. I'm just seeing what they'll do. Oh, I don't think they'll turn it off. The laser's still on. They're very intelligent. They know what I'm trying to do.
Hmm.
They won't turn it off because I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I don't think they'll turn it off. Seems like they like the lamp more than the laser tonight. And again, folks, you're watching Encounters. Yeah, reverse psychology. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they know what reverse psychology is. I don't think they're going to turn that green little laser off. I don't think they have the technology to turn it off from where they're on the ship. Laser's still on. Light's still on. Hmm.
Yeah, that's weird because usually you can just say laser and then the lamp will flash and then the laser will go out.
People are saying, people saying they're hearing a tone. So one of my friends, Ashley, saying, can you ask him if the tone is a very fast chirp that he was talking about? Do you hear like a fast chirp, like a tone?
I hear a like something like that. I don't
Okay,
hear a chirp.
yeah. Halfpine, my friend Halfpine, saying, ask how many times of lights. I think half pint. I asked how many times of light blinks. I think that's your question. Am I not getting it right?
What's that now? How many? A very fast chirp on and
Mm-hmm.
off. Yeah.
And someone,
See, I don't have any smoke. I don't have any smoke detectors that are making it chirp or
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So I don't
Now,
know where that would
Teresa
be coming from. I
Friesen,
don't. I don't hear anything on this end.
someone's asking me again to ask them if you're part of their cosmic family. So I'll ask that question. It happened so fast earlier, I didn't quite get it. So my question is to the space people: is Game
I
Vet
just heard
part
something. It
of
sounded like I was ringing.
ringing? Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no. You're good. You're good. I want to ask them. I want to talk to your space family for a moment and ask them. Well, no, I want to ask this question specifically: is Game Vet a part of your galactic family? Is he? Is that why you're coming back to see him? Is that why the woman visited him and asked all the questions about his family? They want to know about his Earth-based family. Is he part of your family? Is he part of? Before being a human, was he also a space person with your family? Is he part of your civilization? Does he come here also from another world? I'm asking a lot of questions here. My consciousness is just like in that mode. Yeah, I
You
have
guys hear
wind
that?
chimes. What?
That noise right there. Beep.
Okay, I got my earphones on here.
It sounds like.
Right
Oh,
now, I have
maybe
wind
those are wind
chimes.
chimes.
It's my wind chimes,
Okay, yeah.
folks. Now, if there's something else going on, I'm not hearing it. Um, Let me ask you a question. I'll be very direct. Is the woman that visited him, is he related to the space woman that visited him that night? Is he related to the space woman that visited him that night? And you can do one blink for yes, two blinks for no. Let's see if they respond to that question. I don't know how long it takes them to hear my voice. This is CmdrAleon trying to communicate with the space people that are utilizing his light to communicate. Hmm. Okay, I'm hearing these chimes because they're like right there. Okay, I'm glad everyone's confirming something else going on, but these darn wind chimes are really loud.
Yeah. I don't know. It's being very vague. I think it doesn't know who you are, and I think that's
Okay,
why it's kind of being short. Um,
okay.
but let's see here. I know, like the video that I sent you, or the couple of videos I sent you, it shows quite a bit, and I still have more of a recording of this going on too.
Yeah, I
I'll have
agree
to
with Play to
upload and
Rainbow.
send to you.
So, could you ask the question? I think it's more appropriate because it doesn't know. They don't know who I am really as space beings. So they know you. They feel comfortable with you. Can you ask
Right.
them if the woman with the brunette hair are you part of her space family? I'd be interested to see what they say.
Okay, so are you? Is the brunette girl with the blue clothes that met up with me? Is she part of your space family? Or do you know who she is? Are you part of the white orbs that visit me once a week or twice a week? Are you shy because we're talking to somebody new? This is honestly the least amount of communication I've ever had.
Wow.
Um,
Hmm. They feel more safe with you because they know you.
It's okay.
They don't
Commander
really.
Alion is a friend of mine.
Yeah,
He's like Gabber. He's connected with other space beings. He
yeah. I
won't.
can
He
just.
won't.
You can tell
He
them.
he won't do you any. What's that?
You can tell them I'm from Mars.
Yeah, he's from Mars. He's not gonna do you any harm. You can trust him. I trust him.
And GameVid is a good friend of ours. We don't get to talk to him all the time on the show, but he has been with us for a long time. He's a beautiful soul.
You remember last time me and Gabber talked to you, and you told us that it would be okay for us to share your information with other people. That's what I'm doing here. We have a nice platform here, a big platform where everybody's watching right now, and they're curious as to how you're communicating through the lamp and the laser. They want to see it. They want to see it firsthand, and they're curious if they're alone or not in this universe. And I personally, I don't think we are alone in this universe. I believe that there's a bunch of lovely souls like yourself out there. If you could show us what you can do, that'd be great. We'd appreciate it. Can you do some tricks with the light and the laser? You guys busy today or what? I think
You
they
guys
might not be used
live
to
in.
me being home right now either. 'Cause normally I'm
Oh,
working today.
really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they were definitely going very. I mean, earlier they were really going at it with the light. So we do know that they're hearing our
yeah,
voices. They hear your voice. They hear my voice, which is unknown to them. And I just want the space people that you're connected with to feel comfortable communicating with the commander. And just let them know that I work with the Ashtar Command, and I came here uh, on Earth many, many years ago to do the mission work to transform our planet, or this planet.
yeah.
They're definitely listening, Lily.
Are you
You know what?
guys? What's
Go
up?
ahead. No, you go ahead. I'm just saying they're
Oh,
definitely listening
I was
to
just
hear
gonna.
what the questions are.
I was just gonna ask. Are you guys with the cigar craft known as the Ark?
Hmm. Can you ask them if they have any spaceships around your that are in the skies way above your house or something like that?
Do you do you guys have any spaceships around the house right now or above the house?
Hmm. Okay, I'll find that might be Mary.
They could be gone too, because I know one time Gabber and I were talking to it, and it just went silent like this, and they just up and left. Like we couldn't
Yeah,
get any more communication.
yeah. Actually, I'm
Sometimes
going
that
to do that.
happens
Yeah,
when I'm on a day off. They only stick around for a little bit. I think they get used to your schedule, and then if you do
yeah,
something different on your off, you do something
yeah.
different on your schedule, they're not used to it.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's paranormal or do you think it's extraterrestrial from your point of view? You're
Well,
the one there.
the communication that we've had, we've asked it, is this a spirit entity, or, and then it flashed two for no. And we asked it if it was extraterrestrial, and it flashed once for yes.
Okay.
I've had this thing, like, I have a bunch of game, like arcade cabinets and
Hmm.
arcade pinball machine down here. The pinball machine has two monitors. It's a video pinball machine. I've had
Hmm.
it to where this lamp and the pinball machine all flashed at the same time at the same rate. It can manipulate any kind of electronics. It can
Hmm.
manipulate if I have my headset on and I use as a dongle.
Hmm.
Um, when I don't pay attention or I don't say hi to the light, if I just use the headset, it'll knock out my dongle or I'll have to get up, unplug it, plug it back in to reset it.
Yeah.
I've had to do that twice the other day.
Yeah.
Anything electronic, it'll mess with. And then the one
Yeah.
time I was upstairs, my wife was walking up the stairs, and then the light in the kitchen started flashing a little bit, like saying, "Hey, I'm right here." You know.
Right. They like to do that. And the other thing, as much as we could possibly go into it, have you in the past had any paranormal problems in the house, or is it mostly with the woman that you touched? She was a physical human being. She wasn't a
Yeah.
spirit. So,
Oh,
based on your story, and I understand the potential possibilities of people thinking it might be the other thing. I'm getting that it's not. I think they are on a spaceship affecting his lights in the house. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's happening. Now, again, I could be completely wrong, but he's living there, so I have to go by what he's experiencing, not so much what I think. You know, when
we
the
have.
stuff happens, how do you feel, Game Vet, when all these light things happen? Do you feel it's space related to space beings that are doing it through a ship? What do you think?
I truly think it's not anything paranormal. I do believe it might be ET because I've had two different apartments that did have ghost activity, or one apartment,
Hmm.
one other townhome that had
Hmm.
ghost activity, and that it was totally different. It was
It was a
nothing to do
different
with
energy, yeah.
electronics. Yeah,
Hmm.
it had like it would move my car models on the wood, and you'd hear the tires make the little,
Yeah.
you'd see little handprints like in dust, and
Oh, yeah,
it was
yeah,
totally it was totally a different thing than this. This
yeah.
is very high energy, very high energy thing. And then typically, if whatever this entity is standing close by, if I'm sitting in this chair or over
Yeah.
there, my hairs on my arms will raise up the closer it gets. I can feel
Yeah.
it like it's like most
Yeah.
you don't feel that.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So there's a lot of various possibilities of opinions, which are interesting. People are mentioning different things here in general. Some people think it might be the other way, but you're the one experiencing, it, which is really important. The what state are you? Some people are asking, what state are you located in?
Oh, in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
So the person was asking about what state? Minnesota. The person saying, Commander, they don't like you. They're afraid of your power. They are still here. That's all. So Lilith is saying that these space people are afraid of me. Now I don't know if they are or not. Afraid of me. Um,
They
you
might
know,
be
uh,
just they might be just watching, just
I think
evaluating and
right now,
assessing the situation.
yeah, they're assessing. Space people assess human consciousness, and now they have to assess me because I'm not only a human being, I'm also a space being that has my space body on a ship in stasis right now, and I've been here on this planet for a lot of decades, um, and I will be going back on the spaceship when contact happens. So, but I'll be coming back to Earth, of course. I'm not ready to go back into my space body yet. Um, but they are interacting. I think they're listening right now, folks. I think they're kind of listening to what we're doing. Um, you
Yeah, just
know,
see if anybody in chat has any questions. I mean, I'm open to
yeah,
anything. I don't
and
know.
I'll bring some people up. Who wants to come up and ask some questions of Game Vet? I'd love to get your questions on the screen here. We can bring somebody up here.
Or just ask,
Um,
if they want to ask the entity, they can do that too, and see
yeah,
maybe the entity will like somebody, that's
yeah,
listening or whatever. Who
I'll
knows?
bring up. I'll see if my
I'm
friend Mary wants to come up. Mary has some good questions, and if they can come up, Mary, can you come up on the show on the ship? Um, we'll try to get some various questions here. And I know Mary, and they're connected with the Anunnaki, and Mary and Ray have had everything happen on the mountain up in the Appalachians. I know those guys for a long time, but the Anunnaki are really good about protecting them. There's that beautiful person.
Hey, how
That
you doing?
I know you're going to be in the next Star Wars series that's coming out, aren't you? You're going to be a main character. The Anunnaki
Yeah.
come back. There you go.
Nice.
Steven Spielberg movie. But hey, this is my friend Mary and Ray. They're connected with the Anunnaki, and I figured it'd be nice to bring one of my friends up because they're having space contact for a long time, and I know GameVet is having contact, and it's interesting. And so, go ahead, Mary. Ask him some questions. He's open to it.
Um, Actually, I would just like to ask the beings if you can show me with the light how many beings are in the house.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a good question. Can you flash the light and tell me how many beings are in the house?
Hmm.
You know, the one day we were recording, and we have like an hour and a half recording. Um, we had the lights off. I had the night vision camera on, and there was a light that actually flashed on this other side here where there's no light at all. There's no lights over there. And both of us, me and Gabber, both witnessed a light flash. And I captured it on camera, but we have no idea what it was.
Can you hear them talking to you?
Can I hear them talking? No. You know what happens is when they're close, I feel energy go through my body. I feel like my hairs raise up on my arms, or I hear different tones in my ears. Like I'll hear a high tone, a low tone, or kind of a mid tone and a high tone. Right now, I'm hearing a high tone. So they're here. I think they're just kind of checking it out. They're not used to this situation
And
yet.
you don't ever get any bad smells around your house like sulfur or anything like that, right?
No, like when I'm driving in the rig, I'll smell like perfume every once in a while, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Hmm.
Like the one day I smelled the Jakar. You remember the Jakar the cologne guys would wear? We used to wear that in high school. But I smelled that one day, like really strong, like somebody sprayed it right next to me. Um, but no, I don't. I don't. I never smell anything bad.
Well, that's definitely good. I mean, what happened, Half Pint? What was that all about? She just disappeared. Weird
Yeah.
things are happening tonight on Encounters. Games has just been
Oh
watching the show
man.
for a long time. We just
Yes, sir.
did Half Pint just taken on a spaceship? Did they just Half Pint? Are you on a spaceship right now? What happened? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, something weird just happened.
That is
It
weird.
happens all the time. Let's see here. We have to find out where Half Pint is. Let me check
Did
my
you do
list
something to
here.
Half Pint?
She has to be back here. Oh yeah, it could have been. Let me see if she's there. Oh, there's Half Pint. I'm bringing Half Pint back up. Uh, I hope they can come back up. Half Pint, are you there? It says you're here. We're going to find out if Half Pint lost some power or something. Maybe her phone went out. This is really strange. I cut off my star family. Says there's something else there. Oh, wow. I'm going to try to bring up Half Pint. The Anunnaki.
Oh, my
Half Pint, try
laser
to come
went
back
dim and
up.
it went back. Did you see that?
Oh,
My
yeah, the
laser went
lasers
dim and
now.
it went back up. And something's
Yeah, I'm
playing with my
watching the
laser
laser.
now.
It's not green right now. What happened to the green color?
It's dimming out.
Oh, and Half
Oh,
Pint, I totally
it just shut off.
cut off my star family. Oh, wow. Did you see that, folks? That laser light just stopped.
It turned on again.
Okay, I'm going to try to bring him back up here. Okay, here
Did
we
you
go.
disconnect Half Pint?
No, she
Just shut off.
disconnected her. No, she.
No, I'm talking to these
Did
guys
they
here.
do something?
The
Hey,
laser turned
sister.
back on again.
Gotta get my sister back up here.
Hey,
Hey, Half
there's
Pint.
something else there, Commander. There's something else there. My star family just cut me off, so something wouldn't
It
come through
did.
the phone. So
Yeah.
he's dealing with something else.
So you're dealing with something else? So is that why they're afraid of me?
Yeah.
well, well, let's put it this way: if you, if it's something else, if you're, but what about that lady though, the woman that he physically that was in his room?
No, I think it's something else.
Something else? Okay, but they are afraid of me for sure because I have a lot of Christed power in my, you know me. You have Christed
Oh
power. Your
yeah,
family
you're gonna have them running. That's why the laser beam just went off, because they know that
Oh,
we can see them
the light
now.
just went on. Yep, the light just went on. Now it's lights going. People, watch this. The laser light has just gone off.
That's
Yeah.
because they
So
know we
now,
can see them now.
yeah, we can see them.
Can you turn that light back on if you know we can see you now?
It
There you
just turned it
go.
back on. Now,
Yep.
now let's ask. You are great. You have great questions. You can talk to them, so you can ask them. Ask them if they are space beings. They seem to respond to you, so I'll just be quiet.
Are you space beings or are you bad ETs? Are you Christ being a light?
If they are Christ beings of light, you need to turn the laser light on. I'll let you do the question. The light goes on for yes, the laser beam light goes on for yes, and it goes off for no. Are you
Yeah, it
Christed
just went
beings of
on and
light?
off. It went
Are
on and off and
you
the first
a
time you
bad
asked.
entity? You're a bad entity, aren't you? Yep, there you go.
It said yes. So, CameVet, in this particular case, you're dealing with a negative energy. Um, Now, this is going to be interesting. Mary and Ray work with the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are watching this show, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, the Anunnaki are watching this show. I work with the Anunnaki are with the Ashtar Command. Ray and Mary are with the Ashtar Command. They're a part of our space family, and this energy needs to. If you are, let me ask this energy something. Are you? Whoa, the light just went back on. I'm going to ask a very pointed question. My name is Aleon. I'm with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I am a Christed being here on Earth mission. Why are you connecting with GameVet? Are you here to do positive? Or are you here to be negative? Light on for yes, positive, light on. So now it's turning light on saying it's here for positive.
That's because it likes to fool people.
Are you trying to lie to me? One light for yes, no light if it's not to fool me. If you're trying to fool me, the light goes on for yes. If you're not trying to fool me, the light does not go on.
And in Jesus' name, yep, there you go. The light just went on.
Yeah. So you're trying to fool me, correct? Light goes on for yes. Are you trying to fool me? And the Ashtar command? Are you trying to fool us? My space family is watching this show on a spaceship. And if you're trying to do that, we will send, I haven't done this in a while, I will send a spaceship and I will send the Ashtar command to find out where you're located to take you off the planet if you're not there for the good of what he is about. Do you understand? I work in space consciousness and I'm talking to you directly from an Ashtar command consciousness. I am a Christed being of light. I stand in the highest level of light. If you're not there to be, now the light's going on, so I'm not sure what that means.
That's because you said if you're not of being of light, then the light needs to go on, and it keeps going on every time you say that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it could be I'm asking and I am asking questions very fast. I know you see that with me, Mary, that my mind is like so rapid right now tonight for whatever reason. It wouldn't matter who's on. I'm just going rapid. I don't mean to do that, but I'm just like going like a computer, like really quick, game vet.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not giving it enough chance to respond in a way. So I'm going to try to slow down my consciousness for just a minute to get
Right.
a response.
Well, I don't.
I'm going super. Yeah, go ahead, game vet.
To have full respect here, I just want to say I don't feel anything negative at all, and
You don't.
usually I'm really hypersensitive on
You are
feelings and
hyper.
stuff.
Okay.
Like,
And I do want to respect that too, Game Vet. I mean, we all do. We care about each other, and that's why Mary's asking those questions because she cares about you too.
right,
And we just, and it could be that there's misinterpretations with the lighting techniques, and maybe there's things that we're misinterpreting, and maybe it doesn't click. Maybe they're on their end of it responding with lights, and we don't have a verbal communications. It's not like that
right,
brunette that was in your room. If she was standing right there in the room, I would ask her, where is she from? What planet? That kind of thing. But I'm talking to
right.
responding, where Mary and I are trying to respond with questions, and you are too, to some energy or beings that we can't even see. And it's a little bit more difficult trying to do that.
The other thing, too, Commander, is these things will fool you. They will make you
Yeah,
feel like you're God. I'm telling
yeah,
you, I've been there. I've had it happen to me.
yeah,
So sometimes people don't understand the energy and they
yeah,
get it mixed up, or it makes them feel so good that they don't pay
yeah.
attention to what's around them.
Right.
Yeah,
But I also have to listen to Game Vet too. We all do, really, right? We have to listen to his story. He's living in that
right,
house, and if he
right.
feels that he's not being, you're not being attacked, or you haven't had no negative attacks since you've lived there, correct?
Right. No.
So we have to also look at that side of the story too. I'm trying to be open to everything here, listening to everybody. Ashley says I don't think it's bad. I can usually feel it, and I don't. I know there's some people saying they don't feel that energy. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I think we all are. It's very interesting. I don't know. I can only go like I just want to understand that you are not having any negative things. You don't have any abduction experiences. You're not being attacked by some spirit or anything. So as he's telling his story, if that's the case, then it's kind of difficult with a light blinking to know now the light's blinking again, the laser light. So let me ask a very pointed question. I know it's difficult for you if you're on a spaceship and you're hearing what we're saying. Is it hard for you to understand our question? One light for yes. If it's hard for you to understand the question, let me have a very specific question. Whoever you are, or the beings that you are you from off planet? That's the light went on. I didn't finish answering the question. So are you from off planet? Light goes on if that laser light go on if you are from off planet. Okay. Do you live on Earth? Light goes on if you live on the planet. Light goes on. Let's see here. Again, I'm going rapid fire in my questions here. So
Do you live on planet Earth, or do you come from another planet? I think that's what he's trying to ask. Do you live on Okay, so that was a double-ended question. Do you live on another planet other than Earth?
Can you move the laser
Well,
light a little bit
I can
back?
give you a suggestion. So if you really want to find out what's in your house, and you're not sure if it's bad or good, there's this thing on YouTube. It's called the Zapper. So when
Okay.
I'm not too sure about the energies in my house, I use that and I walk through my house and say, if there's
Yeah,
nothing good here in Jesus' name, you have to leave my house. And whatever is good, whatever is bad will leave, and whatever is good will stay. So if you're not absolutely
yeah,
sure, you can do that.
Okay.
yeah. That's a good idea. I've
Thank
heard of
you.
that
I'll
zapper
check it
thing,
out.
Mary. Yeah, definitely check it out. You want to be, I mean, for me, look, I can't do this because my space family doesn't want me to do it right now. I could send, and Mary's seen this when I first got on. I was sending space people from the command to kick out the negative ETs and all that stuff out of people's houses, and it worked. But I want to do that for you. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I only know what you've talked about.
Mhm.
I do know that if the Ashtar Command, and if I just said right now that I would send 5 space beings to your house, I could do this. People know this. They've seen me do it. I'm not doing it to honor my family on the ships. They have too much mission work to do with our planet. Um, and they need every single person they have on the ships to do the work. I myself, I know that I can do is I can send beams of light, invisible beams to your house, and those beams of light will be on their own. They'll be able to check every part of your house in Minnesota on your land area, and I won't have them go after these beings because I don't know now. I don't know what we're dealing with. They could be that we're all wrong and they are positive, but we don't know. So because we can't see them, but I'm willing to send beams of light
I
over
have
there
a
to check that
question.
out. Yeah, go
I have
ahead.
a question.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
are you a living being or are you a dead being?
Oh, good question.
Light up
Light
one
on
for
for
alive,
yeah.
light up two for no. Are you a live being or are you a spirit? Or are you demonic?
Now you're going to confuse them.
Yeah.
No, believe me,
You're going
they can
to.
answer pretty quick.
Okay, so
Are
let's
you
bring
an
that question
energy
again.
being?
Are you what was your question again, Mary? Bring in the first part of the
A
question.
live being.
Oh yeah, are you a live extraterrestrial being or are you not a live being? If you're live, light on the laser. If you're live, light on the laser. Do you understand? Oh, that's right. That's a good question too. Yvette's saying, could it be an angel? No one's ever asked that question. Okay,
Are you an
there's an open
angel?
question. Are you a living being? Turn the light on the laser light, please, if you're a living being. Living, like we are. Mary, Game Vet, myself. If you can see us, are you a living being?
I wonder if the laser died. They might have to use the lamp unless I plug it
Oh,
into the.
is the laser dead
I
now?
might have to.
Maybe the laser's
It
dead.
might be.
Are you a living laser or a dead
They-
laser? Mary wants to know. No, I was kidding. It, Mary's dealt
Inquirer
with dead
wants to
lasers
know.
before. Watch out. you know,
Let's see here.
as you know, the
I
commander has a little
plugged
bit
in
of
the
sense of
light.
humor once in a while. Because we have to
That's all
lighten
right.
things up, no pun intended, lightens things up a little bit. Okay.
Do. Oops. Put direct power to it.
Yeah, Daniel, you're right. So if it's not, if it's not who they say they are, they could lie. They try to deceive people. And even negative ETs will do that too. Lower vibrational ETs will try to come in and say, you have nothing to worry about. We're just going to come here and do some stuff. We'll be out of your hair in about
But
5 minutes.
But I know that they
So,
can
do
manipulate
you
the.
ever
They
wake up?
can manipulate the what do you call it, the lamp. So
Yeah. What, Mary, you were breaking up. What were you saying?
Do you have
ooh, that's really bright now.
Oh, you're frozen
or
again. Uh-oh.
do you ever wake up with bruises or something messing with your lips at night?
No,
Who, him or me? Oh, with you.
Him.
Game vet for you.
Game vet.
No, no, I don't. No, I've only got what do you call it? Some weird skin burns from UFOs before, but I haven't got any. I don't know if that's gonna be. This cord wants to make it turn. Yeah, no, I've only got like skin burns from UFOs. I haven't got anything sleeping.
Oh, really?
From this stuff, yeah.
You have skin burns from UFOs? When did that happen?
Yeah. Last year, 2024, and then 2021, I had this one on my arm. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. It's hard to manipulate. You see that one right there?
Oh, yeah.
UFOs don't use
like
radiation, right?
Well, the lower vibrational ETs, their ships do have radiation. The high vibrational
the cigar
spaceships don't.
craft, the cigar craft that's been seen around the world or recorded around the world, that's got each video, it looks like a long line. It's a rectangle light that's lit up. Well, that's actually the bottom of the craft, and the light points out towards you as it's moving. And what you don't see is that light actually hides the top part of it. So it looks like a big toaster flying in the sky. It's got this gas around it. As it's slowly cruising through the sky, it's got this fog or gas being sprayed around itself as it's moving. And this thing was really close. And then the day after that went by, I recorded it. This burn started to come in, and then there was two. I had two herniated discs in my back that I had to go to the doctor for, and I had to have 2 shots in my back to have that fixed. And then last year we saw. Well, it was in the course of 2 years. 2023, we recorded a UFO that was going across the treetops, and it was beaming a IR light down on the trees. It would beam down once and then go a little bit more. It was kind of morphing, and then it would beam down behind itself. Well, last year we saw the beam of light again through the camera. We couldn't see it with our eyes, but we could see it with the camera. Then I decided, for some reason, because I'm stupid, I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to go look, I'm going to go down and see where it's coming from. So I went in the trees with the camera and I was recording. I didn't see the ship, but the beam was kind of hitting the treetops. And then after that, I have these 3 burns on my stomach after that. And they're round burns like in a triangle.
I'm going to try to bring, I'm going to bring her back up. I have control of my my thing here, so
this is
she
really
was
difficult
taken.
to do. Let's see. Let me move this.
That's why I was taken off
go.
again. Hopefully she'll be able to come up. If anyone else has any questions you want to come up, please do. The commander has. With these burn marks, that's definitely coming from a negative ET situation. If it were now, I will say. If people say every spaceship from off planet has radiation, I would totally say no. The Ashtar command ships don't have radiation. The lower vibrational ET ships do. The spaceships of the galactic forces of light do not have radiation to power their ships. They don't use radioactive materials on their ships. The lower vibrational ETs, yes, they do. The higher vibrational space. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say real quick, I'm sorry. Now, there's stories of Space Force using these arcs in their cigar craft, right? Which I am led to believe that they're the same one that I recorded in 2021. Now, would it be true that Space Force would be using one of those those ships with the radiation to go to
Yeah,
Mars
they
and
do.
back?
Yeah, they can't go to Mars because Mars is off limits to the planet Earth. Because I come from Mars, but the ships. I want to educate people about something. This is really crucial since we're talking about radiation, non-radiation. Earth-based reversed engineered ships do use radiation on the power of those ships that the lower vibrational ETs use. The lower vibrational ETs that the ships like from Roswell that crashed and other things, they were advanced to a certain extent, but those ships run on a radioactive material. The Zeta Reticuli use it, and some other civilizations, the lower vibrational ETs, use it. These galactic beings of light do not use radiation in their ships. They run on an energy that's far way beyond that. There's no
Okay.
radiation in the Ashtar command ships. There's no radiation in those ships, nor anything else. The orbs that are coming out of the ocean, they do not use radiation that are coming from the inner ocean. There's no radiation. The radiation is from reverse engineered spacecraft that we have, and also from the lower vibrational ET levels that have been doing abductions for over 70 years. The energy, if you get near one of their ships, is radioactive, but it's not higher vibrational ships. I will be very adamant about my knowledge on this. The higher frequency ships with the multicolored lights that are beautiful do not use radioactive material on their ships. And someone's asking about spacesuits. The people that wear spacesuits are not wearing them because of radiation. They wear spacesuits. It's just like if
Yeah.
somebody wants to put on a spacesuit to go to another world to breathe in the atmosphere. It's not because of radiation. It's because they would have to use it, maybe hypothetically, to breathe on another planet, right? So yeah, but higher vibrational ET space people do not deal with radioactivity on their spaceships. It just doesn't happen. Just to educate people on that subject. We never talked about it, but it's very much yeah. So if you're getting body burns from a spaceship, that spaceship is definitely not coming from a higher vibrational frequency. If it's a higher vibrational frequency, it will not be shooting off radiation. If you get near a ship that makes you feel sick, hypothetically, you're in the field and this ship just follows you, and as it gets closer, you're feeling bad vibrations, and then you actually have radiation burns. That's a low vibrational spaceship or a reverse
Yeah.
engineered ship that our government has. If you go near a ship that is like really beautiful, and let's say I'm doing a hypothetical now, and that ship is coming closer to you, and you're not feeling any burn marks or heat radiation from it, that is coming from a higher vibrational spaceship.
Okay.
Or
Well,
yeah, if you're gonna
that
feel like you're gonna throw up, that's coming from a lower vibrational spaceship. So there are
right.
different levels, you
Well,
see. Go ahead,
yeah.
Game back.
Well, see, the story that I've heard with the cigar craft is that the Space Force is basically borrowing it or working together with the ETs to go to Mars. So it's not a reversed engineered craft. It's something the ETs already had, and we're like working with them to go to
Yeah.
Mars and do missions over there. But I was wondering if that would be still considered to have radiation on,
Yeah.
as its
Well,
power
being,
source or
you know my
whatever.
story, and to answer your question, before I came here, I came from Mars, which is 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I can assure people that the Earth government is not allowed to go on Mars. Now, they have the rover on Mars. Certain things were allowed to record things on Mars, take photographs, maybe a video of the surface. But in terms of physical manifestation of our government's trying to go to Mars and take it over, it's not going to be allowed. Mars is a very independent planet. Mars is also a very highly vibrational planet with people living within the planet, about 10 to 15 million inhabitants. That includes children, men and women that look just like us. It's amazing about our concept of Mars, but I can tell you, as a Martian, not only a human being, Mars is a beautiful planet. They don't want to have Mars be ruined just like the Earth has been messed up for a long time.
Right.
You've been a great guest,
Me
my
too.
friend, and
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna definitely see. First of all, I want whoever they are, if they're going to respond, they're listening. You cannot fool the commander. If you are really space people, if you and even if you say you're real, I don't know that you are real. How do I know you're real people that are in a spaceship or from space? Even if you can turn his lights on and off, how do we even know that you are space people? You're not trying to fool the people watching the show. So if you are really from space, let me ask you a question. You could be completely trying to lie. Do you know who Jesus Christ is, the space being? If you do, turn the laser on. I mean, it's already on. Turn it off and turn it on again. Let me see if they respond. They probably won't respond to me because I'm being very, very pointing questions here. Hmm. I think they got tired of responding. Folks. I think they're like,
might be a little more difficult
Half
now
Pint
that there's
is
direct
asking.
link to.
Yeah, let me ask this question to you, and that's a good question, Mary. Okay, are you living beings? Are you alive? Blink the light if you're alive. You hear my voice. You know who I am. Please respond. Don't be afraid to respond. I mean, I can set light beams of energy through the screen right now, and I'll know where you are. So be honest. Are you living beings on a spaceship? Where are you? Are you on a spaceship? Blink the light or something. I don't care if it's the lamp or the laser. They're not
You can
responding.
answer the commander.
Maybe they enjoy your voice better than mine. They don't know who I am. They really don't.
Are you a living being? Can you flash the light for once for yes? I don't know.
No.
Let me tell you something real quick
Yeah.
before we end this.
Yeah.
There was one day they might be listening. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but there was one day that they were messing with the pinball machine and they flashed the light. I was telling you a little
Yeah.
bit about it. But they flashed the monitors and this lamp at the same time, so everything just kind
Really?
of went boom. It was all messed up. I yelled at this thing, whatever it is. I said, "Hey, don't touch this pinball machine. I can't replace it." And then the light didn't flash for a couple days straight, right? That was me bumping
Really?
the laser, sorry. Yeah, nothing flashed for a couple days. And then just the other day, I came down here and then the light kind of slowly faded out and turned back on again. And I said, "Listen, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I can't have you touch that machine. You can flash the light all you want, flash the laser, but please don't touch the pinball machine." And then it was good. We were talking. I had my friend Gabber
Yeah.
call, and it was good. The light was reacting to what we were talking about and all that stuff. So it's been
Oh,
good ever
wow.
since. It's just now it acted like this the first time I talked to Gabber on the phone, and I showed him
Yeah.
this. So I think it just needs to get familiar with you. But I
Okay.
do think that it is. It truly is. It's what do you call it? It's uh dang it, I lost my train of thought.
You're talking
I
about the
think it is.
consciousness of the. You think it's you think they are space people or
Yeah,
beings?
I really do. I think it's.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are conscious. I think they are. Smart,
Mm-hmm.
and
Do
they
you think
know what
maybe?
you're talking about.
Yeah. And I know Half Pint knows from her own life that bad ones do it all the time too. They can try to act really nice. They're called cosmic jokers. The word cosmic
Hmm.
joker is they'll say, "Oh, they're really good," but then again, we feel energy, right? We hopefully feel energy. The bad ones do it all the time. Mary says, you know.
Yeah.
So this has been a really interesting interview tonight because um, it's been very different. I mean, there's something going on here, and I'm trying to still figure it out. You know,
Yeah. I
I'm going to
mean,
ask him a
this.
break.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good. No, you go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was just gonna say this. This goes on every day. Like I could come down here any day, any time,
Mm,
and it'll respond right away after I turn the light on. It'll say, "Hey," the light will just
Yeah.
flash a little bit, and I'll say hi. And if I don't say hi, that's when it really goes nuts. Or if I
Really?
don't come down here for a couple days, and I'll turn the light on, and it seems like it gets angry if I don't respond or if I don't come
It
down
gets
here a couple
angry.
days.
See, if it gets angry, that's something a Christed being of light would not do, is get angry. They wouldn't have to
Yeah,
get angry.
I don't know if it's angry or excited, like, because I'll like turn the light
Yeah.
on, and all of a sudden it'll just start flashing like crazy, you know, and then I'll say,
Yeah.
"Settle down, it's okay, I'm here," and then it'll just kind of
Yeah.
calm down. But
I'm gonna bring
it it's hard to communicate with this without a verbal communication.
yeah.
It really is.
Um yeah, see that's the tough part for all of us, including myself. I know, I know a lot of people here, and yeah, Star Family, you don't have to scare you. So the thing is, it's not. I think it. Here's what my question is. I'm coming on. I'm coming on, and in my space consciousness, I'm in the Christian energy, and so what I'm really trying to do is get it to give me an honest response. No joking around here. First of all, if you are there to be positive, you need to be positive. I'm sort of like telling them something here. If what's your purpose with him? Why do you want to communicate with him? What's your purpose on earth? I'm asking all these questions. I know that if they're consciously advanced, they should be able to translate my questions. You know, I just think they're not going to be there anymore. Well, I don't know if they're not going to be there, at least tonight anyway. Keep us
I don't
updated.
know.
I think we still have a lot of questions to ponder on this. And being on Encounters as the host of the show, I appreciate everybody's input, all the people that were putting comments in. It's great to see everybody interacting on this. And I think there's something going on. And let's see, I'm bringing Half Pint's coming back up again. She's able to get back up, thank goodness. And Brandon's out there
Hey,
too.
welcome back.
All right, there you are.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, welcome back. Your name is Mary, correct?
Yes.
The other Marys came coming up and going back. Now you're like triple sisters. You all look the same. I'm just kidding. But hey, Mary, how's it going? Come on back in.
So
So it's it. Yeah. What do you think?
I'm trying to figure out something that they can use with this light, but I
Mm-hmm.
would like to know if he has a woman attached to him, and if he does, could you please blink that light once?
Hmm.
Is there Zeta in the house? Blink it once, please, for yes.
I have a question. My question is this: Is this the woman that visited him? Is that his sister or off-planet mate? Can you turn the light on? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is the woman he met in his room that night related to him off planet? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Please give us a response.
Or can you flash the light?
If you're a spirit, do you belong to the house, or were you following him? 1 for yes, 2 for no. See, now it's not going to answer,
Yeah,
because now it knows that we know that it's not good, so now it's not going to answer anything anymore. It'll only talk to him now.
yeah. And then, and Mary, with spaceship, where we got the burns from the spaceship, that was either reversed engineered technology from the lower vibrational ETs that did that to him. And when he showed his arm with the markings, um, I think we need to do a clearing. And I'm not trying to have you be in fear. I don't want you to be that way. That's not my purpose nor Mary's purpose. Because Mary and Ray have dealt with on their property the Anunnaki and who were there, and then they've dealt with other energies that try to interfere with them. So they had experiences with that. That's why she's very protective and asking questions. She cares about you. She just wants to make sure that you're not being messed with, you know?
Right.
I
That's
got
what we
one
do.
more question.
Yeah.
If you are a jinn, light up once for yes, 2 for no. Yeah, see, there's too much energy on your site, Commander, so that is not going to answer anymore, because now it can feel the good energy coming off of your site. So now it's upset. So I'll bet you any money, if you don't clear the house, what's going to happen is it's going to start flashing the light and everything when we get off of here. So you might need to clear his house.
Yeah. I'd like to do this right now while we're on here with you. So, Game Vet, I'd like to do something here with you. I'm going to shoot beams of energy. Now, people see my hands. So, what I'm going to do is let me go off of this screen here. Let me just do something here for a minute. I'm going to go to my, I got a lot of high frequency stuff here. And I know that Mary knows that. I'm going to go here. So, right here behind, I have my amethyst. Everything here is all high frequency crystals. This room is wholly amped up so much in Christ consciousness. We're going to do, folks, something here, and we're going to do it while Mary's here with me, my friend, and Ray's sleeping, as I already know. I think he is, anyway.
I'll help you too, Commander. I'll help you with the energy too. So.
Oh, good. So what I'm going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is I want Game Vet. I want you to. No, you can. No, I will actually say close your eyes for just a minute. And I want you to breathe in. Breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils. Breathe in a couple of times. What we're going to do here is some work here because we don't really know totally what we're dealing with here. And if it is lower vibrational ETs, the thing that got me floored is the woman that had brunette hair that was physical and not that he touched, and she was physically there. That's the thing that that's kind of. So we're gonna do this thing now, and he's got his eyes closed. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna send beams of light over to his home in Minnesota, and I'm gonna send. And so I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna put my hands over Game Vet's head. Keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna send energy around him. We're gonna send energy around his head. When you feel it, Game Vet, let me know. I'm now gonna connect with the aura around your head. Relax, just relax. And we're going to do this thing. And when you feel the energy, let me know. Relax. When you start feeling the energy, let me know, Game Vet. You can say, yes, I feel it, or what have you.
I think I feel it slightly.
Yes, I'm gonna amp it up now. And if I'm closing my eyes, it's because I'm focusing where he is. I'm not closing my eyes because I don't want to look at anybody. I'm focusing on where he is.
Yep, I feel it now.
Oh, good. What I'm going to do, Game Vet, is I'm going to scan your body while Mary's doing some clearing energies in your location. And as I scan your body, I'm going to scan around your shoulders. I'm sending beams of light into the cellular structure of your body to clear the energy of your body. So you're going to see like waves of energy going in different places. You're going to feel like a tingling sensation. As I'm doing this, everybody, what I'm doing is I'm not looking for any kind of implants. I'm going to shoot beams of light into your brain area, into the head area. Give me a moment. I'm clearing all the energy out of your body. And again, I'm not looking for implants. I'm now going to send beams of light all over your house. 5 beams of light detaching from my hands to your house. They will go through your whole house, and they will clear all the energies in your house and outside your house.
Man, my hands are on fire right now.
I can believe you. I'm now locating energy into the lower part of your neck. What I'm doing is clearing everything in your physical body. I now have the beams of light going to the center of your head, going down through your whole body. I'm now going to send a beam of light outside of your house, and if these are negative ETs, we're going to send the beam of light to track them. So I'm going to send 2 beams of light to track them right now, the energies that have been interacting through your light. We're going to find out if they're cosmic jokers or if they're the real deal. Because they're responding anymore. They stopped responding.
Yeah, I have the ringing in my ears still. They're
Okay.
still around.
We know that. We're going to put more beams of light. We're going to now amp up the energies of Christ conscious levels of light in your room where you're at right now, in all the rooms. We're going to amp it up higher and higher. And right now, I'm going to send beams of light to go after them. Now, when I say, and they can hear me, I'm not going after you to do something negative to you. I just want to know who you are and see if you're here for good or not here for good. If you're not, we're going to send you off planet.
They ran off. They're taking off now.
We're sending you off planet. The forces of light, the Ashtar Command, we are here. We have the power to send you away from him, and you're going to leave. You're going to leave him alone. We know he wants contact, but you're not going to be the ones to play games with him.
Game Vet, are you feeling anything right now?
I don't feel anything. I have a ringing in my ear.
Ringing? That ringing could be just a release. I can't say that it's good or bad or anything. Ringing is something normal that happens. How do you feel beyond the ringing? Do you feel better?
Yeah, I feel lighter.
Yes. That's because I did clearing on your body. I did a very big clearing. I don't think you have, I don't think you have any implants. I wasn't getting that, but your energy was being used. You're being manipulated.
Mm.
I didn't want to say that, but I think the word manipulation would be true. When you have contact with the star people, they will come to you in a very loving way, and they could do things with lights. That is not uncommon for high vibrational beings, but in this case, we're just gonna. They didn't want to answer the questions.
No,
By not answering.
the Anunnaki just told me that they just cleared his property.
Good. And Mary and Ray in the Appalachian Mountains, they have the Anunnaki, which are very tall space people, that they have contact with their space people, and they probably the Anunnaki went to your area on one of their spaceships, probably a smaller scout ship. Yeah.
Cool.
So I want you to, in the next few nights, we're going to have you back on. I want you to let us know what happens. When you go to sleep tonight, you should not have anything happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anything does, I'll try to record it.
Yeah, we want to know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Mary, thank you for, we've never done this together like this. So I thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate all your help. I really do.
Yeah, no, it was
welcome.
good. It was good.
You asked
some really tough questions, and I was like I was still trying to figure this out the whole show, and the fact that they're not there right now. They're gone. They would, if they were still there, your lights would be blinking, and but let us know what happens, because it might be that we might need to do some more work, but we'll see. If the Anunnakis went there, they'll be able to locate where they are. If they're lower vibrational ETs, which they could be, they'll, and part of me thinks they are, that we're playing kind of tricks, they will be found. But the thing that gets me, though, is, again, the woman that visited you was a human, beautiful brunette type woman. Now, she could be a whole different thing than what he's going through with the lights. She might have no connection to the lights. She might be some sort of a space being.
But there's something up about that. Why is she there and the rest are there? Like, why are his lights blinking like that? They shouldn't be blinking like that.
Yeah.
Your star family should come directly to you.
Yeah, and yes, go ahead, Gambat.
I have a mixed bag of a lot of different stuff going on here.
The mixed bag,
Yeah, I've busted at least 2 invisible beings in my garage that it sounded like they were breathing through an oxygen mask or some sort of mask. All I could hear was
Really?
And I have that. One Halloween, I captured it on camera. And then last summer, I heard it in my garage. So I captured it once, heard it in the garage the year after, and then there was what was it? Yeah, the girl, and then there was or something else. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, it's a mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
And in the orbs, there's orbs that I see at least once or twice a week that just pop up randomly in front of me when I'm driving on the freeway. They just pop up, light up, basically say hi and take off.
What color are they?
They're white with blue hue around the edge.
That's different.
Yeah.
Now that might be your star family.
Yeah. And the thing is, we know that from doing all these interviews I've done, Game Vet, I've had people that have had both their star family and then the negative ETs try to stop it and interfere. So when you say mixed bag, you're probably also getting your star family trying to communicate with you, but then this other stuff's going on, and so we got to get rid of the mixed bag. We have to take the mixed part of the bag out of the equation and make sure you're only connecting with the Christed beings of light that you're connected to, that are being interfered with, because they're probably there too, but they also know that they're negative ETs or whatever interfering with your life, and so we have to work on that, I think.
Yeah, and then there is when I sit outside in the summer, when I go out and record out there, I'll record craft, like physical craft that fly over the house. So, like I say, it's a big mixed bag, and I don't know what any of it is. I really don't. I don't claim to know what it is, but I just record the evidence and say, "Here you go."
Well, you're recording it, you're documenting it too. So, I think we'll have to do some more work, Mary, with them, because I didn't know there was a mixed bag. So now that we know that, I want to do something. Before we do anything, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to put a suit of protection on you, a light suit, a space suit. I've done this with numerous people. Again, I have not. I don't think you have any implants, but we'll have to do another check when I have more time. So I want you to just close your eyes, Game Vet, and let go of your thoughts, and just close your eyes. What I'm going to do is put the energy shield around you. When you start feeling it, let me know. Take a deep breath in. I want you to breathe out of your nose about 3 or 4 times until you're comfortable. When you're just relaxed, comfortable, whatever. And then we'll just proceed to do this. And I always close my eyes when I do this for the most part. Not always, but when you start feeling the energy again, I'm going to send heat energy around you to create the actual, what I call light suit. You'll feel it in a second here. When you start feeling it, let me know. This is going to be a very strong penetration of light around the outer edges of your body.
Go for
Are
it.
you feeling it yet?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm going to I'm putting a invisible body suit on you, a light suit, a beam of light suit. It'll be on his body in 2 seconds. Give me a second. You can open your eyes now, Game Vet.
Okay.
The shield of the beam, the energy suit I put around you is an invisible suit. It's very comfortable. It's no one will see it. It's very invisible, but wherever you go, you're protected now.
Excellent. Thank you.
And we're still working on your room. I've sent beams of light separated from my hands. They will stay permanently in your house, and they will be actually monitoring the house. If any lower vibrational ETs come into your house, they're on. I've sent They're programmed. Believe it or not, it's beyond Earth understanding for me to say this. The beams of light, I can program them, separate them from my hand. No one will see the beam. When they go into someone's house, they are programmed to clear all frequencies of lower vibrational energy, and they can also go after lower vibrational ETs and send them off the planet. So we don't have to send any ships to you. I've been gifted the ability to use my palms of my hands to send these beams of light out, and that's what I do. Mary knows I can do this too, and so we're gonna be keeping aware of you, of your house, your property, and I'm gonna do one more thing for you. I'm going to put a shield around your property. Give me a second. Keep your eyes closed for a minute. So I did in your property is I have an invisible shield that goes very high up, as high as the highest tree, and your property is now protected. But if there still are mixed energies there, we're going to be having to work on that for a little bit. But nothing else can get in. The only thing that can get in through the shield is if they are Christed beings of light of the highest levels. That's the only ones that will be able to go through that.
So, and Game Vet, do not use a Ouija board, a spirit box, or chat bot for right now.
Yeah, no. Okay.
And if your light starts blinking again, use that vibration, because every so often, even though you have all that, because I have a lot of protection here, and they still can zoop in. So if your light starts blinking, if anything starts happening, just play that vibration, and it goes along with the beings that are there. So it also blocks other things that might be coming in from you know who.
Yeah, and Greg is saying very well. Greg, one of our friends here, is saying all you have to do is think of Jesus, and they just disappear, because the word Jesus
just say Jesus, they'll take off.
Yeah, Jesus is a space being who's oversees the Ashtar Command, and he has a family, but all this negative ETs are afraid of him. All the lower vibe ETs. So you mention that name, or if you say I'm a Christed being of light, they will be afraid of you, because that's very powerful words. When you say stuff like I'm a Christed being of light, that is really, really powerful to do.
Yep.
All right, I think we're hitting it at 12 after.
You.
Hey, there's a reason why you've been on the show all night, because there was a reason for us to all be here. I don't plan this stuff out. Everything's spontaneous here, which is the way I like it to be. So you were really important to be here tonight. And then Mary came up half pint, and she was supposed to be here to help out too, and she did. And I
Yeah,
think it's a
thank you very
blessing to
much,
have
Mary.
everybody here. That's what we do it on
Bless your
encounters.
hearts.
We bring everybody in. Any last
Yeah, bless
comments
you both.
before we? You go ahead, Game Vet. You're
I just want to say bless you both. You've been help, and obviously you did something. I mean, it's not going nuts anymore.
yeah, no
You
more.
know, so
It's
yeah, you
gone.
clearly saw that. Clearly, anybody watching could see that. So I'm really happy with you with you both helping me out, and it's highly appreciated. So
You're most welcome.
um,
You're
Most welcome,
welcome.
brother.
Just
All
yeah,
right,
remember, if you see anything flickering in your house, play that vibration.
yeah,
yes, I sure will.
Okay.
We'll do
definitely.
that, and I'll
Yeah,
capture it and send it to you if it happens again. But I think we should
yeah.
be
Let
good
us
now
know.
for a
We'll
little
keep.
bit.
We care about everybody on the planet, and there's a bigger mission for us to do, and all the little things mean nothing to me. It's the things like this that I'm more concerned with, because it affects people's lives, and there are cosmic jokers still out there. So we want to make sure the cosmic jokers don't get to fool the people that are out here at all. We're dedicated to that on encounters. We want to make sure people are helped here when you know someone's saying, Tito's saying, why does his arm move like that? Tito, you talking about Games Vet's arm? My arm or Games Vet's arm? Does anybody hear clicking? Mary, are you
Clicking, I
clicking
heard it.
something? Okay, wait a minute here. Did anybody hear clicking?
I did.
I heard clicking. I thought one of you guys were clicking.
So people are asking if they're protected. So I'm gonna do like, look, I'm new to this hand thing, and the energy's coming out of my hands.
Oh my God.
But I need to put this over the site because just in case. So I'm just gonna sit here while you're talking and do this.
I got a really strong ear ring in my ear. Yeah, I don't have anything in my hands, so
I have nothing in my hands. I would also want to do a test
I
here.
keep my hands over here.
Okay, what's ever clicking on our broadcast, can you click again? Whoever's clicking, can you click again on the show?
Might be coming from here. I don't know.
Yeah, it stopped. Mary, you weren't typing anything, were you?
Nope.
Okay. And my hands are here. I wasn't doing anything. All right.
That's weird.
Okay,
I'll
you
have to
guys.
go.
So I'm
You
gonna do.
record
I'm
these,
gonna
right?
do this for the whole site. So bear with
You
me here.
record these. You record these shows, right? We could go back and watch it.
This is going to be on my YouTube channel sometime between tomorrow morning and tomorrow night.
Okay. We'll have to go check that out. Yeah, I got nothing here that would click, honestly, unless I picked up something and
No, that I just verified nobody was clicking, so there you go. Something else was clicking on the program.
Please allow my star family to come through and protect everybody that is on this site right now. Thank you.
yeah, my
Hey
whole
guys, you're protected.
since '92, my life has been a paranormal activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ever since
So
the UFO stuff came into my life, it's just been nonstop
yeah, we're going to
activity
help
for me.
clear. You're going to be protected. We're going to get rid of all that other garbage. For me to say that word, we're just going to get rid of all the negative, low vibrational ET stuff, and you're going to be having nothing but high vibrational activity. All right, it's now about 1:17 a.m. on the East Coast here.
Yeah, it did sound like typing. That's what it sounded like when you were going.
Yeah.
You were It sounded like
Yeah, but no, you have a
That's-
typewriter in front of you?
No, I got here, let me show you what I got. I got this, my laptop that's shut.
Yeah.
On this side of me here, there's nothing but a chair here. I got nothing
Oh, okay.
to click.
All right.
Game Vet, I also heard that you should be having some really nice dreams tonight. So
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Your
good.
family will have good dreams. You're gonna be in good shape. The forces of light, like us, we all come from off planet. Mary and Ray come from the Anunnaki heritage, and me, I come from Mars, the Ashtar Command. We're all part of the Ashtar Command, and so yeah, I want to send you blessings, love, and light, brother, and it's all good,
Thank you.
all good.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, I'm gonna
So
go
do you-
jump out over the balcony and see if I can land on my feet. No, I'm just kidding. Not happening. I'm not going to do that. They'll have the local police come and say, "Are you crazy? And how are you still standing up after jumping off the house?" That's because I floated down to the ground.
Right?
But anyway, I just want to remind you, in case you didn't think I was there, I want you to know that I was there. So here's where I was. I want you to see that it's real. It's not CGI. I didn't fake it. Where is it here? Now I can't find the picture. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right, here I am on my new show on History Channel called Encounters with CmdrAleon, and coming to you soon in the fall on the History Channel. Just kidding. But I was here with Giorgio from Ancient Aliens, and we had a great discussion about the show and about their programming, and it was a good kumbaya relationship. So we're now friends with them, and we'll see if we can get them on Encounters. That's my goal. Mary,
You
you know what, Max? I think I might know what them clicks are. So
what are they?
We have mantis beings here that you might be hearing, because they also work with me.
Yeah, that could be. That's one possible theory of many possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what this thing claimed it is a mantis.
A mantis? No.
Yeah.
No, mantis
that's
click. Like you'll hear clicks. Like Ray talks to him all the time. It's really weird. So he clicks back to them. So it's, and it doesn't sound like it's coming from a different dimension either. You can tell it's right there in your room. Like it's not coming from a different level or whatever.
Yeah. But we can figure it out. We have more time. We'll be doing some, we'll do this again, Mary. We'll definitely, and Game Vet. Give me your first name again. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Doug.
Doug, that's right. Yeah. I mean, this was a great show, if I do not say so myself. Yeah. I did the opposite of saying I do say so myself. But anyway, but I think this was seriously a good show. I think we learned a lot from this program, and also, if people are having kinds of things like Doug is having, it could be that you're having multiple things going on. You could have negative ETs and positive space people there at different times. And I've had a number of guests in 3 years that had both, and we'd had to work to get the negative ETs out of their environment, and we could definitely do that if we know what it is, So, okay, it's time for me to get ready to go off planet, and we'll see you all again tomorrow night on another great edition of the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, Encounters. And Mary, thank you for being here. Doug, thanks for being here. Everybody have a blessed night. Be good to each other. Love your brothers and sisters. And if you want to go off planet, get prepared for contact. That's coming soon. It's not a movie. It's going to be a real event. We're all involved in it collectively. Every single person here will not be left out. When I go off planet, when that happens with the group of 5, we will be coming back, and everybody's going to be involved here. Mary's going to be there. Ray's going to be there. Game Pet, we'll make sure you're there. The whole planet's going to be having contact when that happens. We've talked about it. We're just talking about it more and more because we want to get people mentally prepared. And to do that, you need to meditate, be in Christ consciousness, and love your brothers and sisters. And love all creatures. just like the bat that we saved last night or yesterday that I brought to the veterinarian hospital, and that bat was alive, that little bat. And that's one beautiful thing I love doing is my daughter got the bat, put it under, put it on a small towel, clean towel, and then we got a little box, and we put the bat in the box, gave it some water, and that bat is living. The bat is alive, you know. So that's what we do. That's how we work in Christ consciousness. We always have to love our brothers and sisters. All right, everybody. I love you all. Speaking of love, thank you everybody for being here. Mary, thanks for coming up and co-creating a positive thing for Doug, and I appreciate you. Tell Ray he's got to wake up more often at night.
He had a tummy ache, so he was sleeping.
If he doesn't do that, I'm going to have the Astro Command beam me up on a ship over the Appalachians and come over there.
Yep.
All right. Hey, take care, everybody. We'll catch you all later. Be well. And we had tonight 4100. Please make sure you go on my bio, press the red button to tap on the screen, the red button on my bio, and also press the like button. I need everybody to do it. Well, actually, we need to get to 100,000. So can everybody tap here before we go off? I need a whole 216 people. If every single human being taps together and gets us over, can you guys over 100,000? We need to get to 100,000. We're at 91.4. Can everybody tap really good? Just tap on my side of the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Tap on my side of the screen. Tap it. We're at 92.6, 92. We're at 93. Let's do it, folks. We can do it. And that doesn't mean two people. I need everybody tapping. If everybody doesn't tap, somebody who's tapping the most is going to lose their finger from tapping. I don't want to be guilty of having them do that. So please tap. If your fingers fall off and you're advanced space being, that you can regrow that finger, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, if you can't pick up a cup of coffee tomorrow because you lost that one finger, don't blame me for that, please. I have nothing to do with it. We're at 98.9, almost near 100,000. I want to see here.
Tap it till your thumb falls off.
100,000. And now I have to
on the phone.
I have to charge up my phone, my headphones.
Whoever thought
So
of this.
now gone to regular speaker. Okay, everybody. Before I go nuts here, I just want to say thank you for being here, everybody. I love you. I'm amped up a little. I'm tired, but I'm still. My mind is. I'm gonna have to calm myself down. My consciousness is too rapid tonight, and that's not good. So I just want to say I love you, and I also want to say I love you. My name is CmdrAleon. My name. Wait, hold on a minute. I am Aleon. I am Aleon. I'm the space marine. I am the other Aleon, his twin brother. I'm just kidding you, folks. I'm in a very comical mood right now, but I better go off here because I'm going to tell you some jokes, and then I'll have to be a stand-up comic, but I don't want to do that tonight. So good night, everybody. Have fun. Be well. And love you, brothers and sisters. All kidding aside. 105,000, 106. We'll see you later. All right. Take care, everybody. This has been Encounter.
Send love and light, everybody.
Good night.
Love and light, everybody.